Grandma's Cookie Jar, Part 2. Grandma woke to Ellie's screams and rushed downstairs, her heart pounding. The kitchen lights flickered, and the air was thick with the smell of burnt sugar. When she entered the room, the cookie jar sat calmly on the counter, its cheerful grin back in place. Ellie was gone. Grandma's legs trembled as she approached the jar. She knew what had happened. She had hoped it would never come to this. She whispered, "You took her, didn't you?" A faint knock came from inside the jar. Tap, tap, tap. Grandma's breath hitched as Ellie's voice drifted out. "Grandma, I'm scared. It's dark in here." Tears filled Grandma's eyes. "Let her go," she pleaded. The jar's grin twisted again, the painted mouth cracking wider. A deep, guttural voice echoed from inside. "She broke the promise. You knew the rules." Shadows began to seep out from under the lid, crawling up the walls and spreading across the floor. The whispers grew louder, overlapping in a chorus of voices. Grandma backed away, her hands trembling. She grabbed the jar and shoved it into a burlap sack, tying it tightly with rope. "I won't let you take anyone else," she muttered, her voice breaking. That night, Grandma buried the jar deep in the woods behind her house. She covered the spot with rocks and whispered a prayer, hoping to silence the evil within. But as she walked back to the house, the whispers followed her. "We're still hungry." Weeks later, the whispers grew louder. Grandma began finding dirt tracks leading from the woods to her doorstep. One morning, she woke to find the cookie jar sitting on her kitchen counter, perfectly clean, its grin wider than ever. She gasped as the lid slowly lifted on its own. From inside, Ellie's voice echoed faintly, "Grandma, I'm so hungry." That night, the neighbors heard screams coming from Grandma's house. When they came to check the next day, the house was empty. All that was left was the cookie jar sitting on the counter. Now, whenever someone moves into the house, they find the jar in the kitchen. And if they open it, well, the whispers always start the same way. "I'm hungry."
Spawn Point Stories.